ASMR Legacy. Today we'll be playing a game called Orwell, Keeping an Eye on You, which was developed by Osmotic and released in October 2016. It's a simulation game where the person takes the role of a state operative and monitors surveillance sources to find national security threats. It's actually named after the author George Orwell, and there are supposed to be references to the novel that he wrote in 1984 inside the game. So to start, it says that we've been accepted into Orwell and we need to create a profile. So let's do that. Congratulations, you've been selected for the Orwell test phase. So we need to select a picture. There are 10 people, 10 avatars to pick. I will choose this guy, as he's the only one with a beard. He has a goatee, it looks like. And we'll put our name in. Did you know Orwell follows the principles of the ethical codex? You may now enter your email address. So it says that it's optional. It says that entering your mail address will allow us to inform you about updates on your case. The addresses entered will be handled with care and not be used for any other purposes. We might skip that step. Be diligent, your work has severe impact. Please agree to the following terms. I'm aware that my actions may severely impact the lives of citizens of the nation. I will work thoroughly and judge objectively in the best of my belief. While working, I will adhere to the laws and jurisdictions of the nation. So let's agree to the terms. Setting up our profile. Your registration is now complete. It's logging us in. Plaza, April 12, 2017, 7:49 AM. It looks like we are seeing everything through surveillance cameras, and it's scanning people. Specifically their faces. It's zooming in and out. There's been an explosion. What just happened? Episode 1, the clocks were striking 13. You're online, good, says Symes. Call me Symes, I will be your advisor on Orwell. Together we will form both the first and the last line of defense against terrorism. For this test phase, you are one of the first people to try out the Orwell system under real circumstances, selected from thousands of applicants from across the globe. Normally, congratulations would be in order, but as you can see from that footage, there has been an incident, so let's get started. I've activated the reader tool for you. Its purpose is storing bookmarks to online websites and documents for easy access, and to highlight when there is new information to be investigated. First, I want you to be informed of the situation. Our leading newspaper, the National Beholder, will bring you up to speed. So let's go into the reader. Feel free to browse the National Beholder. I've activated the profiler. Open the unknown person file once you're done. Bomb obliterates Freedom Memorial and kills 3. Five severely injured. A mysterious letter reaches authorities. Explosive device was homemade. An anonymous letter containing the first 3 stanzas of the German folk song, Digger Duncan, Sin Free, The Thoughts Are Free, had reached local authorities. Prime Minister Blaine immediately issued a public press statement firmly condemning the assault and put the nation on high alert until the perpetrators have been brought to justice. There's a second article here about negotiations failing. Movie shooting completed. A third article about a movie. The profiler holds all known information on those we investigate. The file you have opened is for our main suspect, the blue-haired woman that the CCTV footage shows before the assault is no stranger to the police. Take a look at the arrest record. Let's have a look. How do we pull up the arrest record? There we go. The highlighted elements in the record are pieces of data that are able to be extracted. We call these elements data chunks. Hovering over data chunks will reveal their relevance to the case and any connections or information it may influence. Drag and drop all data chunks from the police database into a profile The suspect was found kneeling and weeping on the ground. When asked to lay on the ground with her hands behind her back, the suspect cooperated immediately. She was charged with assaulting a police officer. So it says drag and drop all data chunks. So I need to transfer this information and upload the information into the profile. There we go. So her face is there. What else can we drag? Contacts, accounts, aliases, activities, personality, background, and physique. We can drag her name across. Very good. Pictures and names are crucial information for Orwell to identify a person. Information in documents can only become a data chunk when it can clearly be assigned to a target person. Add the reason for Miss Watergate's prior arrest that has just been unlocked. We will need this info to continue. So let's drag that across as well. Found a related document. Good. With the data you extracted from the police record, a new document can now be accessed. Now let me ask you a question. Do you believe in coincidence? I do not. Find data revealing where she attacked the police officer and you will see what I mean. Bonton Central PD is where she was held. Let's have a look at this article. She allegedly injured a police officer 2 weeks ago. Remains in custody. Trial scheduled for August. It's highlighted a sentence which says the incident occurred during a rampage at the Freedom Plaza as part of a demonstration. And it says that she's an artist by profession, so we can drag that across as well. Oh yes, one who does street art by blowing memorials to pieces by any chance. It's good that you think ahead, but let's focus on the current objective first. I've held back a new document for you. I'll grant you access once you're done. We can drag this across as well. The exact same location as the assault. Then she turns up there right before the explosion. Surely not a coincidence. As you know, Miss Watergate is still running around freely. We should find out why. should also gather more background information on her. I want to know who we're really dealing with. Great, you have found another document. Before we go on, let's clarify your job and how it affects mine, shall we? You have extracted all the info I already knew about Miss Watergate. Starting now, I'm going into this case blind. The Orwell Ethical Codex dictates that investigators like yourself are the only ones allowed to access the documents of a target person or target persons. Advisors like me only get to see the data provided by the investigators. We will then draw conclusions and request action. Your primary job is to provide information you deem important. Never give away incorrect or misleading data. You may hit disable on a data chunk you do not want to pass on to Orwell. However, some data chunks might be necessary to progress on the case. Okay, so let's have a look at this new article, Cassandra's Port. So this is what looks like a blog post. She lives in Wonderland. So we can update that. So you're under the impression that our wonderful Miss Watergate is really living in Wonderland. Somehow I doubt that. Call it intuition. People's lives are hanging in the balance here. What if you pass me something I cannot identify as wrong so easily? You've got to be more careful next time around. A new portrait. She quit her dull day job, focus on her art career. Let's transfer that across to... Interesting. We should find out what that job was. She has a UTEL account called the Cassie 92. Good, you found a chat handle that will allow us to overhear any conversation on that account. The listener has now been unlocked. New conversations will appear whenever they are started. This is her gallery. The businessman's forgotten daughter. A Christmas present for my darling. Background. Accounts, contacts. Okay, let's go to the listener. It's a chat session between unknown person and Cassandra Watergate. The person's asking about their credit card. Let's transfer that across as well. She stole a credit card. Need to find out who that person is. We should be able to track the credit card of this Langley down and lock it for him. Done. No, really, no need to thank me, Mr. Langley. You now have a profile for a related person that can be accessed via the profiler. Data chunks will only appear for targeted persons and can only be extracted into their relevant profiles. Big Pharma. Watergate, Pharma and Entrepreneurs. That does ring a bell. Procedure closing raises manipulation suspicions. Orwell informs me you just encountered conflicted data chunks. Whenever the content of two data chunks are at odds with one another, those will be shown as conflicted. When you extract one of the data chunks containing a conflict, the others will become invalid immediately. I'd highly recommend that you clarify the context of the conflict before you proceed, though this is your decision. Once the information has been passed, there is no way to reverse your choice. So it says the case was closed due to lack of evidence. And there's a conflict with an unknown data chunk. The wealthy family of the accused might have influenced the outcome in her favor. This actually, okay. So these two lines conflict with each other. This is the case was closed. And then it says that the wealthy family of the accused might have influenced the outcome in her favor. Malicious injury of a police officer. Joseph Langley said, "No point has there been any valid evidence that my client was guilty, at no point at all." Let's drop that there and see what happens. Now this is a severe accusation. We could take action against her parents if we had their names. Let's check out products. Watergate Pharmaceuticals. Cough drops. They've got activating pills against migraines. Medication that increases concentration and performance. Medication for pain, antidepressants, painkillers, medication for sleeping problems. Let's check out information about the company. for more than 80 years. Watergate, the CEO. Dr. Alice Watergate, Head of Research and Development. Cassandra Watergate, Junior COO. We've just found her occupation. So she wasn't an artist. Information about her parents now. Now we know her parents, we can begin investigating the corruption allegations. Good work. The article has been published. Let's have a look at it. Crime rate continues to drop. Let's have a look to see. Criminal offences decreased by 4.8%. These all look the same. This is the new article. Safety bill. I think this is what she was protesting against. Regulations concerning immigration and general travel into transiting through the nation. Peacekeeping mission. And what's else is here? They're looking for applicants to work for them. They're looking for a replacement COO. Let's find out what happened in between these two lives of hers. What may have caused this radical shift? Expectations, master's degree in business economics, language proficiency, English, French and Chinese desirable, all three. Wow. Let's have a look at this one. Projects. There's nothing else I can do with that. Or is there? Timeline. This looks like a social media page. We have her birthday now. Also have some of her interests. And let's update her photo. She likes Alice in Wonderland, her cat Kikiko, painting in the targets. Be amazed at how much people post on their social media. Right. We aren't too fond of you either. Such a reaction seems a bit strange. Broken relationship. She's her best friend. Is in a relationship with Joseph Langley, her lawyer. Might be noteworthy. That's the dude. I've seen that article. Case closed. Quite a few posts. Amazing. Concert was amazing. Amazing. Mary Bly, Jake Clifton, Juliet Carrington, Cassandra shall be known to the world as Cassathus. It's an alias. So many names, so many identities. It's always good to record every alias. Then we can match data chunks to target persons whenever they are using them. An activist group, they're sending out an invitation to her. Let's see. So this says that she's her best friend. That was posted on April 12th, 2016. If we go up, this was posted on January 30th, 2017. So because that's more recent, I think I'll use this information. How sad. Let's go to the listener. There's another chat session with her lawyer, Joseph Langley. He's asking her about the Freedom Plaza bombing. She mentions her history with that location. She has to catch a bus from there every day. Enough that I have to catch a bus from there every day. I was so happy when Goldfells accepted me into Thorn. I desperately wanted to go. Is it the name of their new club? So they met after that incident. So she's trying to use his card and it's not working. He says that there should be heaps of money on there. So it seems like they had a date planned and he's had to cancel. She's not very happy. She takes medication, Metharin. What's this Metharin? Can we look it up? Well, the argument's escalated quite a bit. She's not happy at all. She says that she's going home. Chat session closed. So there's a piece of information here about the secret club, activist group. We should find something that shows a current attitude and see if we're following the right person. Add the information about catching the bus. Okay. Looks like we're done with that. There was information about medication here in products. Metharin, mood elevating medication. Antidepressant. I wonder if her adverse attitude towards the assault is actually worth anything then. Perhaps emotions were high if she's reliant on this medication. Looking at what you have extracted so far, we're dealing with a potentially dangerous personality. I'll indicate that to law enforcement. It's interesting how they can just assume how dangerous people can be just because they take a bit of medication. And just based on a couple of conversations that they have with people. Participate. You can join these people. Positions. That's the Prime Minister, Robert Blaine. Can we add these people in? Wow, there's heaps of different profiles that have opened up now. Secretary of Economy and Trade Arthur Scott Gallagher. Catherine Delacroix, Secretary of Security. Peter Faulkner, Secretary of Defense. Projects. access to it is forbidden. They're all private. Maybe this one isn't. Casadas. The Cassie 92. Cams everywhere. We were there because we wanted a peaceful protest. We have always been against violence. So this is conflicting information. When founding this blog, Abraham predicted pretty much this for all of the web. Are thoughts still free? I propose to consider the question, are our thoughts still free? While this might seem to be a surprising question in our current world of ever-growing digital surveillance, freedom of thought is no longer self-evident. Three people commented. He's surprised that someone commented on his blog. Who is this person? Guest. Let's look at his profile. He's written 5 articles. Cassandra's timeline. Wow. So she's now making statements about the person who supposedly detonated the bomb and how they've got, or they have, I guess, the grit, as it says here. So yes, that does conflict with that information about her having peaceful aims. Conflicts with the idea that they wanted a peaceful protest. You laugh at people being killed, are you out of your mind? Let's upload that new information. Did it work? I need to try again. I suspected as much. Seems like we're looking at the right person. Alright, what we found so far is all good and interesting, but I think we should be searching for something a little more concrete. We have to dig deeper. There's another chat session with Juliet Carrington. Jules. So she's messaging her about the comments on her profile. She wants to see if everything's okay with Cassandra. Cassandra's saying that, just blowing off a little steam. words provide reassurance about what had happened before, saying that it wasn't her fault. And here we go. You heard that officer to save me and you succeeded. You mustn't forget about that. That was so brave. I smashed the freaking skull of a father of 2 children because I lost it. Wow. So it conflicts. She just admitted guilt. Let's upload that information. She just admitted the assault, confessed to it. So now they have enough to arrest her. Okay. It's another chat session. So she agrees that she should take the post down. It's too late. I think they've come to arrest her. She'll be waiting for some time. I don't think she's going to get a response. You can write as many comments as you want. They've arrested her. There's no evidence, of course, but they'll question her. She's in custody. Uh-oh. Another explosion. Well, seeing as though she's in custody, she can't be responsible for this, surely. This one was at a university. The assaults are connected. Complicated matters massively. So it looks like they'll be looking into this further. So let's finish our work for today. Let's just have a look at any information here that we might be able to use. No. Log out. So they've provided a recap, a summary of what's happened on the first day. Let's start the next day, episode 2. Welcome back. They wish to continue. investigate the thought group. So, we need to find out more about them. I think what we'll do is we might leave it there, and we'll come back next time and we'll start episode 2. But I hope it's been interesting to watch all of that unfold in episode 1. We basically found out more information about the suspect, and with everything that we found out, it resulted in her arrest in regards to the assault on that police officer. They thought she might have been responsible for that bombing, but I don't know how that can be the case, especially since she was in custody when the second one went off. So that's it there. Hopefully we'll see you next time when we play Orwell.